The Chicago Sky should suspend her for this. They won't because they're too damn scared of her fans. But this is some Bush League lack of respect. This behavior can't.
Well, Angel Reese is back in the headlines, but not for the reasons her fans hoped. No highlight plays, no game-winning shots. Instead, she's trending for slapping a coach's keyboard in the middle of a blowout loss. That's right. While her team was getting dominated, Reese decided to take out her frustration by smacking equipment on the sidelines. And now, she's all over ESPN, again, for all the wrong reasons. Another game, another meltdown, another distraction. And somehow, the narrative keeps getting spun as passion. But let's be honest, this isn't leadership. It's not fire. It's frustration boiling over. And it's starting to look more like chaos than competitive spirit. Angel Reese has talent, no question. But moments like this are becoming a pattern. And every time they happen, they overshadow the actual basketball. Instead of talking about rebounds and hustle, we're talking about tantrums and sideline theatrics. That's not the legacy you want when you're supposed to be the face of a franchise. And the worst part? It's not just about her. These outbursts affect the team. The chemistry, the focus, the trust. Every time Reese loses her cool, it drains momentum and hands a spotlight to drama, not performance. So here's the real question. Does Angel Reese want to be known for her game or for her outbursts? Because right now, one is silencing the other. What do you think? Is this just growing pains? Or is the spotlight starting to expose more than just emotion? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like and subscribe for more real talk on the WNBA's wildest season.
Angel Reese supposed to be leading young women and being a great example to girls and kids all over the world. Well, I'm here to tell you, she was not leading by example today.
Again, another brutal loss to the Chicago Sky, this time at the hands of the Washington Mystics. The scoreboard told one story, but what truly lit up the internet wasn't the final score, it was Angel Reese. And no, this wasn't about a monster stat line or some viral highlight. This was about the moment she walked over to the bench and slapped the keyboard out of her coach's hands. In full view of fans, teammates, and cameras. Let's be clear, that's not frustration. That's not passion. That's not leadership. That's disrespect. Your team is getting torched. The arena is restless. The bench looks completely deflated. And instead of rallying your teammates, you're swiping equipment from your coaching staff? What are we even doing here? Angel Reese is in her second year now. This isn't LSU. This isn't the NCAA tournament. This is a WNBA. And whether she likes it or not, she's professional now. And professionals don't throw sideline tantrums when things don't go their way. Let's break it down. Fourth quarter. Game out of reach. Emotions clearly high. Angel Reese is having a solid night statistically. 22 points, 15 boards. But then she walks over and in one swift, deliberate motion, slaps the keyboard right out of the coach's hands. Not a bump, not a misunderstanding. A message. And that message, it wasn't about leadership. It was about ego. Let's stop pretending this is just a young player learning the ropes. This is a team game, and when your so-called franchise star is creating chaos on the bench, how are the rest supposed to follow? And now let's really talk. What if Caitlin Clark had done the exact same thing? Imagine Clark, in a blowout loss, walking over and swiping a laptop out of a coach's lap on national TV. Twitter would crash. ESPN would explode. Pundits would demand suspensions. But because it's Angel Reese, we're told it's just emotion. We're told it's fire. We're told to look the other way. Enough. You can't ask to be the face of the league and then act like you're above the standards that come with it. You want to lead? Then show some control. Show some maturity. Because right now, this isn't fire. This is fallout. What do you think? Was this the final straw or just another growing pain? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe and stick with us. Because if the WNBA keeps spiraling like this, we're just getting started. Once again, we find ourselves in familiar territory. The Chicago Sky suffer another brutal loss, this time to the Washington Mystics. And while the scoreboard tells one story, social media is telling a very different one. The trending topic? Angel Reese. But not because of a highlight play or a dominant stat line. Because she slapped the keyboard out of her coach's hands. Yes, you read that right. In the middle of a meltdown on the court, with fans growing restless and the bench visibly deflated, Reese walked over and, in full view of everyone, swatted a piece of coaching equipment away like it was nothing. This wasn't a subtle show of emotion. This was direct, calculated, and public. Let's call it what it is. Disrespect. And yet, silence. No official statement from the WNBA. No fines. No suspension. No public accountability. Now imagine if Caitlin Clark had done the same thing. She'd be labeled toxic, uncoachable, entitled. ESPN would roll out a 10-person panel to dissect it. Retired WNBA legends would post long-winded statements about respecting the game. The league office would hand down discipline within 24 hours. But Angel Reese? Crickets. Where is the league? Where is the accountability? Why are fans, players, and media so quick to leap to Reese's defense, while simultaneously dragging Caitlin Clark through the mud? For far less. And to be clear, no one is asking for Clark to get special treatment. This is about the blatant double standard that's playing out for the entire sports world to see. And it's deafening. Some fans online say Angel's just emotional, that she cares so much. But let's be honest, that wasn't passion. That was ego. There's a difference between intensity and immaturity. Real passion looks like diving for loose balls, leading your team through adversity, elevating those around you, not slapping equipment off your coach mid-game. You want a model for real leadership? Look at Aya Wilson. When the pressure's on, she doesn't melt down. She lifts up, she motivates, she leads. Meanwhile, Angel Reese seems to be in constant combat against opponents, refs, media, and now her own coaching staff. And what about Tyler Marsh, the rookie head coach? This was your moment to step up, to show the team and the league that you're in control. Instead, you said nothing. No post-game statement. No firm response. Not even a "we'll handle it internally." That's not leadership. That's silence. And silence is how chaos takes root. Let's get real. If a player is allowed to humiliate staff members on national TV with zero consequences, how long before the locker room stops listening? How long before veterans start tuning out and rookies stop caring? And what about Angel's fan base? The Twitter armies that block every critic and call every outburst realness. Are they helping her career or hurting it? Because here's the truth. Angel Reese is not a superstar. Not yet. She's a grinder, a hustle player. She battles in the paint, hits the glass, does the dirty work. But she's not dominating games. She's not running offenses. She's not the player you build a franchise around. And that's fine. It's her second season. She has time. But when your attitude is bigger than your impact, that's when it becomes a problem. You can't talk like a superstar, act like a superstar, market yourself as a global icon, and average 13 points and 10 boards with sideline tantrums. Right now, it's not her game making headlines. It's her behavior. And for a league fighting for growth, visibility, and respect, this is not the kind of attention the WNBA needs. Let's also not forget the endorsement game. Reebok made Angel Reese the face of its comeback. That looked good on paper. But now, the face of your brand is trending for all the wrong reasons. This isn't just a PR hiccup. It's becoming a pattern. And the one thing sponsors hate more than controversy is looking like they're enabling it. Should sponsors start holding players accountable for their public conduct? Because whether they admit it or not, they're in the culture business now. Now let's bring this home. Angel Reese isn't a villain. She's a competitor, a player with incredible potential, and a platform few second-year pros have ever held. But talent isn't enough. The greatest in the game, Aya, Stewie, Taurasi, Sue Bird, they all brought leadership, maturity, and accountability to go with their talent. If Angel wants to reach that level, it's time for growth. Time to stop playing college ball in a professional league. Time to stop making every moment about attention and start making it about basketball. Because the WNBA can't survive on drama alone. And no team, no matter how stacked, can win with chaos at its core. So, what do you think? Is Angel Reese still on the path to greatness? Or is she becoming a cautionary tale? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more real talk. Because in this league, the spotlight never turns off. Let's set the record straight. This isn't about canceling Angel Reese. This isn't personal. This is about professionalism. Because right now, the WNBA isn't exactly sending the message that it values it. Angel Reese didn't just get frustrated during a tough game. She walked over to her coach during a blowout loss and slapped a keyboard out his hands in front of the entire arena, national TV cameras, and millions of fans watching online. That wasn't heat of the moment emotion. That was a deliberate act of physical disrespect toward her own staff. And the response so far? Crickets. This isn't college anymore. This isn't a TikTok live or a viral moment from a campus rivalry. This is the WNBA. A professional sports league trying to earn respect, grow a fan base, and establish credibility on the world stage. You want people to treat the league seriously? Then you have to start acting like one. Let's be honest, a fine won't cut it. These players aren't making millions yet. A $1,000 or $5,000 fine is barely a slap on the wrist. And worse, it tells fans, coaches, and young players watching that you can cross the line and walk right back into the starting lineup the next night. A suspension is the only move here. Sit her down. 2 games minimum. Not to punish her, but to protect the league, protect its coaches, protect its integrity, protect every locker room in the WNBA from thinking this kind of behavior is acceptable. Because if you let this slide, you're inviting chaos. You're telling every player that emotional outbursts and blatant disrespect are part of the package. You're telling fans that the league prioritizes attention over accountability. And you're telling coaches that they have no real authority on their own benches. That's how you lose control. That's how you lose fans. So here's the question. Should the WNBA finally take a real stand and suspend Angel Reese? Or are we just waiting for the next meltdown before making the decision that should have already been made? The league is silent. The coach is silent. But the fans? They're getting louder. So drop your thoughts below. Did Angel cross the line? Should she be suspended? Or are we just calling this passion again? Hit that like, share this with a Real Hoops fan, and don't forget to subscribe. Because what's happening in the WNBA right now is bigger than a keyboard.